Guys doing? This is my arena prediction for Mr. Negative and Gambit Arena. So, what do you think, guys? Just look at him, dude. He just looks so cool, dude. I predict that his score is going to be very similar to Shangzi as far as arena score. Uh, I do want to say that he does require highly skilled, a lot of skill, and a lot of time to practice to play with. So you can't just expect to play him like regularly and expect to be good with him. You do need to practice with him. He seems like fun to play with, in my opinion. And I gotta say, since everybody watches my YouTube channel, uh, I've been seeing sarcasm. um, that CCP reviews are more honest now than they were compared to Shangzi. I saw a few of them. They're saying that Mr. Negative is difficult to use and it takes a lot of time and skill. And I didn't hear that when it comes to Shangzi. So, uh, whether it has to do with my channel, obviously, probably not. But I'm just glad to see them, be honest about it, about the new champions that are coming out. They're not, I think that's really great for the community to know that don't expect to just mass, solo end game bosses, in their first try and stuff like that, or even LOL. So I'm glad that they were honest about that. That was really nice. So let me give you my thoughts when it comes to Mr. Negative. I think he's a very good champion. I could be biased here because I think he just looks cool compared to Mr. Shangzi, but I think he's a better champion. Number one is he has regen. He has ability to regen, and Changji does not. And he has DOT. To me, those are the two biggest thing to have in the game: regeneration and DO damage over time. Okay, let's just for somebody like an average player like me who gets hit a lot, I'm definitely looking for um a champion that can regen because so I can take a punch and still be able to survive. Let's say if I was in Realm of Legends, I can solo like Winter Soldier with Quake, but that's it. That I can't go any further than that because she doesn't have regen, without synergy at least. So, and my first solo with Realm of Legends, I was able to solo it itemless, and it was my first attempt too with the 5-star Angela. Think about it. 11 fights solo with 5-star Angela, my first attempt. If I had, why? Because I was able to regen. If I wasn't able to regen, I wouldn't be able to take a bunch of punches and be able to beat the opponent. So for me, regen is number one. Uh, I think number two is obviously damage over time. In my opinion, is the second best because you can bypass nodes, and not only Mr. Negative has regen, he has damage over time, which is I think the second biggest thing to have in a champion. And when it comes to uncollected, without being able to regen, I can maybe solo 3 fights with Quake, especially running the S mastery, the one with the what do you call that? Liquid Courage and Double Edge. I'm not even, supposed to be can't even say the word anymore, so I'm just gonna say S Mastery. If I'm running S Mastery and Uncollected, I could probably solo 3 fights with Quake and without any type of regeneration. With Horseman Cable, I could easily solo fights with 100% health. And not only that, I can pretty much solo an entire uncollected quest with Horseman Cable. I mean, why? Because his ability to regen as a horseman, and he also has synergy with White Magneto. You're running the S Mastery to regen as well. So for me, I can solo uncollected with Cable. I can play with Horseman Cable, but with Quake, I can probably do 3 fights solo because she doesn't have a regen on her. I'm glad that Cable is actually finally getting some love. I don't know why it took 6 months for people to know that Horseman Cable was gonna be really good. I was kind of surprised by that. I knew he was gonna be good like 9 months, ago when he was just came out on paper. Like this guy was gonna be really good. I even ranked him up before Omega Red. That's how I knew Cable is is like really really good. Obviously the downside is he needs his Apocalypse synergy, but other than that, Cable is a beast. So let me just give you my prediction for Mr. Negative. 6-star negative, like I mentioned, it's gonna be similar to Shang-Chi, so I'm gonna say cutoff prediction is 130 million. Give yourself a grind target, an extra 10%, go to 143 million. And if you want to be extra safe, I would I would go to 150 million. I think 150 million should be extra safe. That should be good. Okay? And I would say for the 5-star, I think the cutoff would be around 50 million. Give yourself an extra 10%. Go to 55 million. For a grind target, give yourself an extra 20% for extra safe score. Let's go with Gambit. Where is Gambit at? There he is. So I do think Gambit is underrated. He's especially being a horseman. This guy can do a lot of end game content in the future. I have no doubt about it because of his perfect block as a horseman. I was kind of like people were saying when his buff was on paper that he wasn't gonna be that good, and I realized already that then I was like, yeah, this guy is gonna be good. He had like a 40% per each charge to get special attack, so times 10, that's 400% special attack. I was like, this guy is gonna hit like a truck with his special attack on paper. What did they do? They nerfed him. They reduced it to 30% to 300%. I mean, it's like you talk, it's like sometimes you just want to be quiet, not say anything before the buff comes live. Because if you start talking, oh, this guy is too powerful, then what do? They end up nerfing the champion. And I just still think that he's underrated, and even at 300% special attack bonus when it comes to 10 prowess, he's still gonna hit pretty hard, and I think, like I mentioned, in the future when opponents attack increased by a lot, you know, being a horseman, he has perfect block, ability to paper block. That's gonna be very useful. So I think 6-star Cable, I mean Gambit, 6-star Gambit is gonna go around 70 million for a cutoff. Give yourself an extra 10% for a grind target. Go to 77 million. Give yourself an extra 20% to be extra safe. So go to 84 million. When it comes to 5-star Gambit, he's a pretty old character. A lot of people very likely have him. So I say 30 million. That's for a cutoff. It probably could very well go lower than that, but I would say 30 million for the cutoff. I would say give yourself an extra 10% for a grind target. Go to 33 million. Give yourself an extra 20% for extra safe score with 36 million. So these are my arena predictions for Mr. Negative and Gambit Arena Round 1. Thank you.